Oh my Lord. Okay, I have a quick question. For anyone who's gotten married at all, let alone recently, or anyone who's currently planning their wedding, have y'all ever dealt with a relative actively trying to hold their own health and life over your head to try to get you to do what they want? Because my grandmother is doing exactly that. So my fiance and I have actually been friends for 10 years as of this year. We started dating in 2016. We got engaged in 2023. We bought our house that year as well. And we want to get married next year on our 10-year anniversary. We can't book the venue until later this month because the venue we want is a historic garden that's owned by the city, and they don't book more than a year in advance. The wedding is mostly going to be non-traditional. I'm not wearing a white wedding dress. I want to look for a black one. I'm only having one bridesmaid. Our flower guy is also his only groomsman. We want to do a food truck. It's going to be very fun, very nerdy, and the theme of the wedding itself is the story of us. Weddings also don't happen in my family very often. My grandmother only had 2 daughters. Both of them were very rowdy teenagers. Both of them ran off from home, married losers, divorced those losers. My aunt, who's the older of the 2, got with my uncle about whenever I was like 5 or 6. He never put a ring on it. They're common law. My mother, who ultimately passed away 5 years ago, proclaimed a known burnout whose own family craps on him as the love of her life until the day she passed. The last 2 weddings in my family were literally my aunt's stepsons. The first one was last minute because his bride was big preggo with my little cousin. The last wedding to his current wife was last year at a church. And apparently her family is so religious that there was no food or dancing at this church. I did not go to the second wedding because he and I have since gone no contact. My family also has an extreme tendency and history for narcissistic abuse, with me as the scapegoat. Yeah. I thought that with me moving out and actually doing well, that I would no longer be the scapegoat. Apparently, that didn't change. So my grandmother is the definition of the term pampered princess. The only person who ever actually told her no was my mom. Like, my mom was easily the most abusive member of the family. She told everybody no because only my mom could have what she wanted and what she needed. All while spending my grandmother's money from her retirement and my college fund. But my aunt and my grandfather enable my Oma. My grandfather gave Oma whatever she wanted until the day he passed away. So at this point, Oma's at the point where if you don't give her what she wants, she cries and sticks my aunt on you like a loyal guard dog. Which really sucks because I've begun having to tell Oma no. Because Oma doesn't understand or care to understand what a boundary is. Whatever pops in her little head pops out of her mouth. She's said a lot of offensive things over the years. She's also physically hurt my fiance because he has a very active job and he's told her countless times, don't pull me down to your level to hug me and kiss me. She still does. She also knows that because of my mom and my grandfather, I actually struggle with an eating disorder and I still have weight issues, but she still calls me pudgy. Which is actually why the problem that I'm dealing with now has arisen. As of this post, my mom will have been passed away for 5 years on Monday, March 10th. I am taking the entire week off, And on Wednesday, my best friend and I are going dress shopping. We're looking for her burgundy dress and my black dress. I want the dress shopping day to just be my best friend, my aunt, me. Just the three of us. I have never directly said anything about my Oma not going with us because the plan was, because of how small my best friend's car is, I was going to use the size of that car as the excuse as to why Oma couldn't go. Despite the fact that my best friend doesn't like the fact that my grandmother also chain smokes and she doesn't want him sneaking up her car. But I was going to use the size of the car as the excuse. I had not said anything to Oma about that. All I've been saying is Brianna and I are going shopping soon. Well, on Thursday, I got this message out of nowhere, which resulted in me asking my Aunt Sarah, what's up? Why am I getting this message? I thought we had nipped the family drama in the bud 2 years ago whenever we went low contact with y'all, and you pulled the crap you pulled when we first got engaged. So what's going on with this? Well, even though I have not said anything to Oma about her not going with us, and the only things I've said have been Brianna and I are going dress shopping soon, which included a text that I sent to my aunt saying we're going on Wednesday. In Oma's mind, 2 + 2 equaled fish. And Oma didn't like that the fish meant, haha, we're going wedding dress shopping on Wednesday and you can't come. Which is not what I intended. Keep in mind, this woman also watches a lot of reality TV, and her mind is to the point where we're not sure if she actually realizes that Say Yes to the Dress and Say Yes to the Dress Atlanta is simply reality TV. And it's not entirely real. But she doesn't care. In her mind, she has done the equation, and the equation ended up equaling fish. So instead of properly talking to me about it, instead of getting Sarah to talk to me about it, Alma's been crying. She's been threatening to cancel all of her doctor's appointments and hold her health over everyone's heads. She's been throwing a full-blown temper tantrum, which, yes, included that text message where she said, I'll wear what I want to your wedding. I wanted to be nice about this. And ultimately, the phone call resulted in me trying to talk to my aunt about the whole situation. And after 15 minutes, my aunt literally yelled into the phone, I just threw a piece of chicken! And hung up. My best friend and my fiance have told me that if Oma keeps this up, to just say, if you're going to continue this, if you're going to continue this behavior, you don't have to come to the wedding. And I have kept track of all the money that she sent me over the last 2 years. I am fully prepared to send it back, if need be. So what do y'all think? Because, oh my lord, I could use an outsider's advice.